refreshing. The fuck? Who are you? My name is not important. What is important is that I want to know about you. Yeah, what do you want, Nottingham? Why are you reviewing Hotline Miami 2? How the fuck did you know I was gonna do that? Have you been reading my script? You know how this ends. I believe it's a big surprise that I doubt you'll like it. In fact, I don't think anyone will. Don't you think you would stop before it's too late? What? It's just a flimsy review of a sleazy game. What more do you want? Really? That's one way to look at it. Tell me, girl, do you like hurting other people? Now that I think about it, no. Really now? Look, let me just review this game and be done with, okay? Just don't scare me too much. Much like the game itself, this review is too long for a KDF, so screw it. Reviewing something from a few years ago is weird for me. Like, I've done that a few times, like Under Development, Banned from Crestria, and Hotline Miami, but most of the time, I've reviewed games from the past decade and beyond. Case in point, Hotline Miami 2, wrong number. Again, developed by Denaton and Abstraction, and published at Devolver Digital in March of 2015. Almost 4 years ago, shit! Hey, don't pull that I'm old shit again! The original Hotline Miami was an addictively hard game, when you must think strategically on how to clear a floor as your one-hit wonder. With its retro graphics, interesting plot, drive influence, and a great soundtrack to boot, it was real successful, and people wanted more. The sequel was supposed to be a DLC for the first game to cut the loose ends, but it was so big that it became its own thing. And instead of having a linear story, they made it like Pulp Fiction. I'll get to that later. I'll be playing the PC version like I always do, but it's also available on Android, PS3, PS4, and Vita? Do people still care about that even then? What's the matter? Can't get your tongue? Shut your trap and play the game, dammit! Before we move on, I must tell you that this video has spoilers from the games. You've been warned. When you first start the game, you're greeted with a tutorial level saying a movie called Midnight Animal. And then this happens. Oh boy, despite the retro sprites, it's a bit concerning and disturbing, even more later on. First actual level, greeted by a group called the Fans, or a bunch of jacket wannabes. One of them is bored of the party, so they decided to get some action somewhere. That being killing every goon in some random building. In general, it plays a lot like the first game. You clear a floor by killing everyone while picking up a variety of weapons. The melee ones are close range, and the weapons are loud, alerting nearby enemies, and have limited ammo. With the exception of some characters, you cannot reload here, so you have to pick up another weapon once it runs out of ammo. Basically, just the same. Except it's much harder. This game is best to have finished the first one, as the first level is in the snooze. I mean, the first level in the first game is challenging as well, but still easy to beat. What is different though is the way this plays. Instead of being stuck with one character in entirety, you get to play as other characters as the story progresses. Not only that, but in the Fans levels, you get to choose which one you like, as long as you have them unlocked. At the start, you have Corey, who can do a roll damage by double tapping the spacebar, making you invisible for a split second. Tony, who only uses his powerful fists. The Swans, who uses a chainsaw and guns with one of them following you. And Mark, who dual wields the MP5s and does this. Weren't you supposed to have a zebra mask? Why, the chicken mask isn't frightening enough for you. In the next level, you play as Manny Pardo, a detective who's on the case of the Miami Mutilator. Oh hey, a shotgun! Of course, you use your mouse and keyboard to move and shoot, and you can also perform executions in space, which is encouraged to have an S rank, as it gives you more points. Yeah, it takes a lot more time than just straight up killing them, although it's best when no one's around to kill you. Right click not only makes you pick up weapons, but also throws your current one at full speed, which is good for stunning or killing enemies if you use a knife or play as Jake with his first mask. God, I hate it when I pick up the weapon that I don't want. Speaking of Jake, that's the next level where you play another big guy, except in 1989. Not only is this a sequel, but it's also a prequel and a sidequel. I guess calling it Hotline Miami the pre-sequel was really fucking stupid. Most of the game takes place in late 1991, our 80s. But some levels take place in the 80s, most still be 1985 when there's a war going on in Hawaii. As well as Act 5, which focuses on Richter, you know, the guy who killed Jacket's girlfriend in the first game, during his mass killing days. Like I said, the story is told in media res, a la Pulp Fiction, where the game jumps between time frames. Here's a level set some time before the previous level. Here's a level in 1989. Here's a level taking place in a war in 1985. No, he's a level set in present day. Maybe. Back to the gameplay, maybe it's just me, but I get the feeling that I suck because of the mouse sensitivity. Most of the time I miss my shots and swings. I crank it up a bit, but it doesn't help. Feels samey to me. You can move the cursor close to the character and maintain its distance, but that's easier said than done. So I tried using the controller, but the game doesn't recognize it. Yes, it's plugged. Maybe it's the dog that's causing me trouble. But I have no other choice. I'm stuck with keyboard and mouse. At least you can set the mouse sensitivity, unlike in the first one. Anyway, once you're done with that level, you're now back in present day. Apparently the talk show with Ellen. After some rather disturbing words from actor Martin Brown, it gets weirder. He gets a vision from a man wearing a rooster mask asking about the film he's in, with a little foreshadowing. He reappears throughout the game, so get ready for that sinister track. Turns out he was having a nightmare, and we see the chick doing something before leaving. Then he got arrested. It basically plays like the greatest hits version of Assault from the first one, except... Oh no, don't tell me! Oh thank fuck. Unfortunately, Martin went the way of Brandon Lee. Not counting the prologue, the last level, and the bonus level, the game is divided into 6 acts with 4 levels each, making a total of 27, a significant increase. Act 2 starts with Evan Wright at a court, who's writing a book about the mass killings in 1989. He calls Pardo about the golden truck stop the court mentioned, so he gave him the direction of someone with connections to it, and he heads off. When it comes to Evan, aside from an accidental kill at the beginning, he likes to do things non-lethally. He doesn't use guns after he unloads them when picked up, and he only uses melee weapons, except for the knife, to take the enemies down without killing them. You can still kill them by doing executions, which can lead to Evan taking off his jacket and enter rage mode if you do too many killings. But this won't give you as much points obviously. On the second floor, you don't need to take down everyone, just try to reach the sauna room the guy's in. After a level where the fans try to rescue someone's sister, we meet the henchman who wants to quit the mafia, but only if he does one last job. And hey, he comes with a science pistol. I'm sure I'll play him again in another level. I don't like some of the levels, mainly because of how open they are. Like No Mercy. You're exposed to gunsmen, so it gets difficult to kill them and avoid the bullets. Even worse is glass. It is a double-edged sword as you can shoot them through, and vice versa. It's a relief that melee-wielding goons don't throw them at ya. I'm more of a small space type girl, which is why Execution is one of my favorites, coupled with a great intro and awesome music from Petrolator. Speaking of songs, do you like Scattle? Remorse is fantastic, but what about Bloodline? Well, get ready to dislike it because that's plain dead ahead. Holy shit! Once you pass the first transition, a goon immediately charges at you as you step forward before you had a chance to do something the first time you play it. What is this, Star Evil? Then you have the turret-like goons who only shoot when they're on their line of sight, so you have to take cover while also kill the melee ones. The next one is not as bad, but then you have the second to the last one, with the drug factory I presume. You wouldn't know how many times I died on this part. It's bad enough in the early stages, but this? Oh dear. These big guys are hard to kill. You have to shoot them once with a pistol, Uzi, and whatever a few seconds until they go down, or once with a shotgun to kill them instantly. Even then, they stay up for half a second. Quite an improvement, but when they're grouped with other red shirts behind them, it's infuriating. And the doors, the fucking doors, why are they so annoying? Aside from that, isn't it amazing to see a container ship full of Colombian cartel wiped out by just one guy? I shouldn't be rooting for him, but still, props to this son of a bitch. Oh crap, I haven't talked about the soldier, aka Beard for the first game. These stages take place in war-torn Hawaii, and you get to kill Russian soldiers. You get to pick up a weapon before the start of the stage, although it isn't like this. You can't pick up other weapons, but you can use a knife as an alternative. You unlock more weapons when you finish the level. I thought it would when you pass the points threshold, but I think it's just there to tease you. Unlike in the first game, you unlock stuff by doing that, but you won't get to use it until you get to play the characters that use them. And I'm quite okay with that. Then you have the Into the Pit, and wow, such an easy last level, you think at first. You can still get in the van after you're done with this floor, but what's this? Oh dear. Now that's just despicable of them. After that shit, it's off to death wish and... You seem a little stressed. Do you need a break? A cigarette or something? No, I don't need it! I don't even smoke. Damn it. Sarah, are you trying to fuck with me? Come on, take off your mask. You're not fooling me. What the? Jesus, are you alright? I just came back from TV work and I bought some pizzas on my way home. It's your favorite even, as well as a St. Mark's cake for your birthday since it's only days away. Need any help? Nope, I'm fine. If you try taking my mask off, you will regret it. If it's your first time playing a level, chances are you're gonna have a hard time. Yeah, no fucking shit. For instance, in Death Wish, you get to play all the characters separate floors and fuck me. Oh fuck me, fuck the Corey stage. Even for my second playthrough, this is infuriating, and the music isn't helping. Okay, maybe I've talked about the hard difficulty of the game too much, but fuck me! Act 5 is where things get a little easier when it gets back to the first game, albeit at a faster pace. Still, it's a fucking challenge, especially Demolition. Man, I don't remember the Escape the Prison being this hardcore. Fuck this level though. Anyway, there's a story to be told, but I'm going to tell it in chronological order because understanding like it's Narnia is just no fun for me. The game actually begins in 1985 during the Hawaiian conflict, when Beer fucks up a bunch of Russian outposts, retakes an hotel, failed to retake a power plant but saved his friend Jack in the process. After that, he established a convenience store in San Francisco, but then the city got nuclear bombed in 1986. Well shit, that's one main character down. In the aftermath, US and USSR created a Russo-American coalition so that there would be peace between the two countries. It didn't fare well, which led to the creation of 50 Blessings, a secret organization founded by the Colonel which blackmails random people into killing Russian mobsters. 1989, not only the events of the first game happened, but also of Jake's and Richter's killings. Jake got killed either by the Mafia if he failed to clear the third felony withdrawal without dying the first try, or by 50 Blessings for talking too much otherwise. While Richter went to prison after shooting Jackie in the head, only to escape after a violent riot happened in 1990. 1991, where most of the action happens. October 25th, Paro kills some thugs in a mall. While he's in a murder case, he's having visions of foreshadowing. Halloween night, the fans kill some thugs and bought pizza afterwards. November 5th, everyone was taking notes at a court and calls Paro about the club. They also made has connections with someone who was at the spot. He asks the guy a few questions involving the killings. 6 days later, the game reveals he's having marriage problems simply due to being a writer. What is this, paranoid? Wait, what? There we go. As he is about to reach Richter's house, he's getting visions of Richard and his wife considering a divorce. After trying to leave the station full of thugs, he talks to Richter's mom and he finds the phone recordings in his room. November 18th, the first chronological appearance of the Sun. He plans an attack at a Colombian-owned strip club, and he does so. Days later, the Sun's henchman leaves the Mafia after doing one last job. After having a nightmare, his life leaves with the money and gets killed by the fans later on. December's about to get nasty. Second day, the fans try to save a girl but she refuses. Seventh day, the Russian Mafia robs a bank but the Sun's having vision of his dead dad, grandfather and bodyguard. Meanwhile, a new movie about the Miami killings of '89 is being made, only for one of the actors to die. Evan gets a call from Richter to tell his story about his killing days, and after that, he has a choice to continue writing or reunite with his wife. Ninth day, the fans are on the news and Anna tells him about a place to get drugs. Underwhelming at first, one of them again goes down to sewers and kills all the rest of them. 10th day, dead fucking ahead. He gets to another murder case afterwards. 14th day, the Mafia take over the Colombian gang HQ. 20th day, after being foreshadowed, the fans break into the Mafia's new HQ only for everyone except Tony to be killed by the Sun, leading to his suicide. Don't worry, I'll come back to him. Hey, at least Tony's alive. Poor fucking guy. Everything seems fine and then it's by another crime scene. And hey, the Rat Conference is big news with some tight security. I wonder if that's gonna work. Then he's having a weird nightmare. 50 Blessings box on every doorstop. Paro rushes to the crime scene and sees a puppet wielding his magnum. He's being strangled, but Paro destroys it, only for the rest to be changed. Now he has to follow what the director says. After killing everyone in the police station, he leaves and gets shot. Waking him up, realizes that he is the Miami mutilator. That has to be the longest paragraph I ever written in a script. You need to get out more. Speaking of the Sun, he has almost the same styles as the fans. Roll dodge, all fists no guns, MP5s. Then there's the last half of the game, Apocalypse. The Sun's calling someone but isn't getting any response. Then he overdoses on his drug and... oh shit. Surprisingly, for the last level, it's actually easy. Okay, yeah, the hallucination version of the fans are a bitch, but otherwise, it's just a briefer level. Gotta get the grip. Ah! Really? Look, when you talk about the second game, it is a requirement to mention that scene. Who told you this? Nobody, I just felt like it. Finally, the sun kills the swans with only a fire axe, and he goes to Valhalla. In reality, he fell off the building and died. Talk about ending the game with a bang. Oh wait, did I say bang? Here's the mid-credit scene where 50 blasters managed to kill the presidents of the US and Russia, initiating nuclear war. And we see the rest of the playable characters, including Jacket, being obliterated by the blasts. That's rather depressing. Imagine if this review ended like that. But hey, at least Biker's alive. Great job, Missy. Now do hard mode. What? What's the matter? Can't take the heat. What are you? Chicken? What the? Don't make me end you! How did you manage to earn that power? Long story. Oh, come on! Don't bring me that long story bullshit! You want me to drag this video even more? Basically, all hard mode does is rotate the stages to 180 degrees, enemies are smarter and most of them have guns have less ammo when picked up, and you get a neutral way which into the playable characters once you start a new game with that setting. I'm not wasting my time completing this shit, sorry. I apologize for pissing you off, I just didn't know you have anger issues as a superpower for no reason. For presentation, it maintains the aesthetic but without its sprites. It's even more gory than the first, with these mammoth blimps and heads that you can kick or bash. That's a nice touch. Seems weird for me that the sound of the silence pistol is from the Silence M16 from Counter-Strike. I know it's a stock sound effect, but still. For music, it's unique on every stage. It's great that characters have their own choice of songs instead of... The first game mostly froze. This is a lot more varied and a lot more synthwavy. Songs from Mega Drive, Jasper Byrne, Moon, Penny Smiles, Cover the Brut, El Huervo, who also made the covers for the games, the aforementioned Perturbator, Scattle, and more. They all sound great, even Ron from I Am the Kid, you know what I mean. What the fuck kind of song is that? It's like a kid's first synth song or... I have problems though. There's kind of a sound balance issue. A few songs like Roll 'em Ups are so loud. Then there's Fuck It, where the bass is deafening. Maybe it was done on purpose, but still. Another problem is that you're gonna hear them a lot on your first playthrough of a level, so unless you don't mind a song on repeat, turn it off. But still, I really love it. My three favorites are Remorse, of course, Hotline Miami theme, which despite being a bit unfitting for its level, is still a great listen. But my absolute best has to be Dust. It's quite a contrast from the Shearing Miami track from the first game. It's quite emotional. Overall, it's a great game, but I don't recommend it as your first Hotline Miami game. Go with the first, obviously. These ones are really hard from the get-go. Lots of unfair traps, glitches, all that mess. Still, the story is quite fascinating, albeit the letdown at the ending. It kind of does serve as a purpose that nationalism never works. Hell, even after the game was released, the developers had a level editor and Steam Workshop support, so now you can play as Skinner making steamed hams. Wow, that's so last year! But seriously, while the editor is a pain in the ass to learn and master, you can come up with some great levels coupled with some visual mods you can integrate into them. In short, the game is a good pain in the ass. Ah, so it's like torture. I heard you like that a lot. Is waterboarding your fetish? Alright, I'm tired of the bullshit. Take off your mask and tell me who you are. I ain't taking it off, honey. You know what I told you before. Oh, really then? Let me help you out. Stop! What? What the fuck? shouldn't have done that. I'm leaving for a while. See you later. Don't just stand there, get her! Oh shit. Well, that was fucking dumb. Author's note, everyone alive at the end survived the nuke for the next video, because I retconned the damn thing out. If I didn't, that would have been a big letdown, wouldn't it?